Moving on to some other big news that we had in 2015, and just to refresh our minds, of course, was the visit by one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful president in the world, and that is none other than His Excellency Barack Obama. And I just want us to have a bit of a preview to remind ourselves, because there's one thing about Kenyans that I find very, I don't know if it's Kenyan or it's human beings, we forget so quickly. Remember all the hype that was there before he came in? Remember for months, then the coverage, then immediately he left. There was a feel-good factor, and within a month we are back to our usual.
Grass has remained.
We'll come to the grass right now, but let's see whether we can have just a quick update, or at least just a reminder of Obama's visit coming to Kenya. And here we have some.
Kenya, it is great to be back in Kenya. Thank you so much for this extraordinary welcome. I know it took a few years, but as president, I try to keep my promises. And I said I was going to come, and I'm here. So, and everybody, go ahead and have a seat. I'm going to be talking for a while. Relax.
Okay, so there you go. We had Barack Obama coming into the, and like you mentioned, at least the grass remained.
Yes.
But what else remained after his coming? The grass grew.
The grass grew. The Kidero grass. You know, because
No, but later it was changed from Kidero grass to purple grass.
But we'll come to it's still Kidero.
We have a song about Kidero grass.
Because a Kidero grass.
We do.
Yeah, we do. We have a song about Kidero grass.
Steve? Please tell me you're not
some young people. It's in the palace actually today. I'm not involved.
No.
My album is a project.
Why are you so quick to distance yourself?
Album is dropping in 2016.
But talking about Obama and the hype that was there and all the showbiz, sometimes I think, like somebody said, we went overboard just talking about all that, the beast and all that, and forgot what he was coming to do here. I remember Pals making an entire poll out around Obama, and of course everybody was making news around Obama and hoping the kids would come, and the kids didn't come.
No, that was Team Mafisi.
But I think that wasn't Team Mafisi.
Really.
I mean, the young
Usiku Sako.
Yes, not Usiku, the first Mafisi. You know, there was even two people who had an offer. You remember the ones we said we are not even talking about them?
Or something.
What was wrong with them?
Camels.
Yes, your people.
You know. I wasn't part of that. But what I remember, and I think this is what we would remember as young people, is that this guy came over and he had a moment with young people, young entrepreneurs. He had time to listen to them, and I think those young people he met will never ever forget this visit.
Absolutely.
You know.
What else did we glean out of Obama's coming that we can carry forward apart from the grass?
Apart from I think for me, I don't even remember what he said precisely.
Apart from Miyaji was say,
how are uni and all that stuff. I just remember how you made me feel, which I think there's a quote about people remember how you made them feel more than anything else. The sense of inspiration, the sense of hope, the audacity of hope, I guess you could say. The sense that whatever is happening to you now, you can get better, you can do better, you can be better. Just a general sense of positivity. Because I think at the time he came, we were caught up in our own little Kenyan depressive mode. But then we opened up and saw that there's possibility, there's hope for the future.
Absolutely.
That is what I remember about him. And I remember Uhuru being the statesman of the century during those 3 days.
He was
President Uhuru Kenyatta.
So
he really represented us well, and that also gave us pride in our own country. So I remember
something else I think that stood out during the visit was the big question that everybody was wondering whether it's going to be tackled on our stand on homosexuality.
Yes, by the way.
Again, Uhuru stood up and he was not flinching.
Oh, we loved him for that. You know, because he just really decided that this is his stand, and he's not going to be cowed into agreeing with everybody else just because he is, with another guy who's the most powerful guy. But also another thing that stood out was Barack's love and appreciation for his family.
Yes.
Because that came first.
Yes.
Actually, this sister rode in the Beast. And he reminded everybody how he got a lift from her some years back, and it was not in something that
in a
looks
Beetle,
exactly
a
like
Volkswagen
that,
or something, right?
You know, and then Mama Sarah had to come all the way and actually have, you know, a banquet with him. It was beautiful to see that people celebrate family. If we put family first, even in everything that we get to do, then it is not possible for us to be hating one another. So that really also came out for that, and for that I think we should be eternally grateful. Finally, for me, the whole dress down for the opposition was it was a little bit not expected, because everybody thought, you know, like the way people were speaking, like, yes, come, you know, this guy is opposed to the other side. And then he just goes and said, you know, there were other people.
Well, he didn't dress them down so much as just ignore them. But
no, there were other people when they were on the other side, you know, he said that, you know, they wanted me to do this and wanted me to do this, but right now, it was really, it just tells you this is a guy who he stands on the side of truth and right and justice and not with people. So love that.
Yeah, so I guess there was a lot to glean, but on the entertainment side, remember there was also the Sauti Soul picture that was going rounds, and you know, Sauti Soul entertaining
and the
him.
inappropriate sort of, remember? Julie, it was you who was saying that was inappropriate.
It was though.
That just put Sauti Soul just on the top, right there. I mean, when
the hug.
When the biggest man in the world, the most powerful man in the world, or second powerful in the world, of course the Pope was here, and I think we're going to talk about that again. Dances to your song. I mean, that's not just something.
And it was, but I'm sure Cousin Barry dances to all manner of songs, Steve.
What?
Yeah, Cousin Barry, you know. Cousin Barry, President
It's
Barack
true, but
Obama.
this is State House, and we're dancing to my song. That's powerful.
And of course, I can see here we still have the debate, and would be equally divided in terms of whether it was appropriate.
The hug.
The hug, and was it a hug or was it just?
Was it a hand?
It was like a bear hug.
It was more or less him hanging on Obama. And Obama was like, hey, dude, not too close. I hardly know you.
I don't know you like that.
Yeah, I don't know you like that.
Back it up.
As much as I stand for, you know.
The people, I'm a man of the people, but hey, hold up.
Yeah.
That's how I present Michael. That's how
May I still stand that he was too close.
No, Julie was
he
like,
didn't know him.
No, well.
No, and we were like, really, it was, you know, the way artists sometimes can just get carried away. I think that was the moment.
No, what do you mean carried away? There's protocol.
And I think so. I just thought so because, I mean, this is Obama and this is us here. And you saw the kids crying and all. I mean, you sometimes you just get lost and you don't know what to do. Maybe you should have gone down on his knees. Or something else. I mean,
no, but equally, maybe the reason why those who have a problem with that particular hug stroke, him hanging on Obama, is because they didn't have the opportunity. Because, I mean, how many times do you get an opportunity to be this close to the president of the US?
Mike, would that be your first response, is to jump on him if you met him?
Not necessarily to jump on him, but after we've done, I'll be like with the cameraman, I'll tell him, please make sure the 2 seconds that I'm close to him.
You'd record it for
I
posterity.
need to keep that for my records. But anyway, that was Obama's visit. And yes, like we mentioned, the grass was there, but also that Usher
wasn't there
it was growing.
When Barack was here, there was no grass. But we tried for 48 hours to make the grass grow. Actually, we were really trying, but grass didn't grow. There was some little sprouts of things right there. And I hear they gave him some green glass.
The green glasses that he was supposed to wear even in the Beast.
The grass has grown out all the way to Nyayo Stadium, but coming this way...
It's coming.
No, it here at that time. Coming this way towards the airport, things were...
It was waiting for divine intervention. And when the Pope came, yes.
So of course the other major visit that we had was the coming of the Pope, and Director, I don't know if we have some footage on that. The Pope will visit, although it's quite recent and obviously would not have forgotten it, but that was also another major happening in Kenya, really.
Yeah, it was. It kind of had the same reception as Cousin Barry, right?
Yes.
In terms of the inspirational value.
And the looking forward to
him, the hype and everything else. And then when he came and was so humble and accessible, again, another big moment for Kenyans to reflect and feel good and think we can do anything. But then now we've kind of like...
We forgot it.
It looks like, especially because there was all the hype about the car he was using, the Honda Accord, and there was all sorts of jokes and memes going round. But that aside, it looks like our Kenyan leaders looked at that and thought, dude, that's how you roll. We don't do that.
No, we don't do it.
That's not how we do it.
We were talking about private developers then when you went to the slums and you were talking about all that. And so sometimes Kenyan leaders will just be like, oh, okay, you are about to step on our toes, so we're not on this.
We develop
so guys got busy on other things then.
We develop privately.
But how quickly we forget, because again, all I remember, what stays in my mind about the Pope's visit is the hype that was there before. Even as he was here, the president saying, you know, I need prayers, and everybody, you know, sort of clapping and saying, yes, you do, with the amount of corruption that is going on. But as soon as he's left, it looks like we are back to...
Mike, I think it's the thick of things we are finding ourselves in as a country in terms of corruption and things that we don't want to accept. Of course, deep corruption in the country right now. We've been talking about in the papers and all over the media, and I think there's a moment of excitement. You know, you are in depression, and like she said, when Barack was getting here, Kenyans were giving up, and you are feeling like, oh, this country is getting to pieces, and he comes and gives you hope. Then you discover, oh, this guy just visited and he left. He told us so many good things, but nobody in the real sense is willing to implement all those things. And leaders and everybody goes back to what they were used to, and every scam you've ever heard about. Same thing with the Pope, talking about corruption, talking about divisions, talking about all those things, and he leaves, and the same problem goes on. And Kenyans go back to depression, and I think that's why we forget so much, because the reality in the ground. It's just that we have a lot of mess.
And I've said this before, that it has got to begin with us. Because yes, I can come here and give you all the hope and, you know, everything that you need, but it has got to be you who actually wants it bad enough. Until we are angry enough at the things that are making us angry enough, then we are not going to wake up from where we are seated and do something about it.
But remember, the system is broken, though. You can want to change. I think in Kenya we want to change, and people come and show us we can change, but then the whole system just doesn't work that way. So now you're railing against a machine which is one way, corrupt, and you are trying to be normal, let's just say, or like trying to be a good person, but you can't because you're in a bad place.
So you become a bad person because you're in a bad place?
No, because I don't know, you lose, it takes energy. You lose psych at some
point. So we need that
energy.
We need that power back. I mean, we are going into Christmas. Do we know Father Christmas, though? He's somewhere in the back.
Huh?
Father Christmas. Well, it looks like he may have been lost in the corruption that was going on.
Somebody paid him off.
Somebody paid him off and told him, this year you don't come to Kenya. Or maybe, but I guess that positive energy, according to a survey that was done, and I believe it was in 2015, where Kenya came out, was it second or third as the most positive nation? I think it was in Africa.
Really?
Yes. Second to Rwanda, and the other one.
We were rated even this year as a very happy nation.
Yes, very happy.
But you see, happiness, Mike, sometimes it's very difficult to like. Now here we are happy in our show, you know. But when you look at us as a nation again, as in terms of structures that we have put together, in terms of governance, in terms of, we are not really happy because, like she says, most of the things are broken. But Kenyans are fighters. Kenyans believe in themselves. Kenyans still say there is hope tomorrow. And end of the day, we can afford a smile. And I think that's why we're still happy people, you know, regardless.
Absolutely. And Kenyans, like you've said, we are resilient and we are very positive, and we never seem to give up either way. When you're going the wrong way, we never seem to give up. When you're going the right way, we never seem to give up.
The Pope came, he prayed for us. I think, like, finally, really, for me, it was good moments, even with the rains, you know, we still went and listened to the Mass and had the Holy Communion. And he gave the homily. It was really nice. And again, our Excellency the President was at his best.
Was shining.
In hospitality.
I remember the dance as they went.
Oh, yes, Mugithi, at the youth thing at Kasarani.
Yes.
So maybe the Pope should come a few more times and, you know, guys
come and live here, basically.
But actually, on a very good note, we have had some of the biggest visits by some of the most important influential people in his tenure, actually.
That's true, but how is it helping us? This is true.
Again, that's the thing.
Because we have the WTO going on right now. We had, what did we have the last? Obama came for the Global Summit.
Global Entrepreneurship Summit.
Yes, but how is it helping us, these people on the street?
Maybe